Who wants to suffer in silence? None of us desires that. How about suffering without answers? Are there any good options or scalp care? Some of you watching this video are suffering in your hair growth journey, suffering from restoring your edges or your hairline, suffering from dry scalp, oily scalp, damaged hair, dandruff, or alopecia. You are trying a variety of products for restoration, but most of us skip a very important step, and that is getting a scalp analysis. I would highly recommend in setting up an appointment with a certified trichologist who specialize in science of the structure and function of the hair and scalp. They look at the fibers, possible scalp disease, and diagnose your hair loss. Hi, my name is Zenobia, licensed esthetician in Maryland, DC, and Virginia, owner of Royal Oasis Spa Get Juice Company. I share my business with my husband, Corey, who is also a licensed SD who caters to the male clients, the male audience on beard care and beard maintenance. I'm advising you to check out our online store called Gem Rocks. It's on our website. And I want you to look for the Nobleman Beard Balm and Nobleman Beard Oil. Is suitable for acne-prone skin and acne scarring. Gentlemen, if you want to learn more about your skin and looking for an organic, friendly product, please book your appointment with myself, Zenobia, or my husband, Corey. And if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, this is your opportunity to support me and help me to grow my SD and skincare community, because networking is all about making connections and building relationships. Also, don't forget to click the like button. It's right there. And also click that notification button to be the first to know when videos are published. Feel free to write a comment and share your thoughts, your questions, your experiences, or whatever. I'm inviting you also to connect with me on all of my social media platforms. We're trying to create an engagement with like-minded people when it comes to skincare. Now, I can be found on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok at Royal Oasis Spa. Lastly, please take a tour of my website, the Royal Highways, by entering www.royaloasisspa-gjc.com. Now, today, we're going to educate ourselves on scalp analysis. I really want to dive in because I have a lot of information I want to share with you today. Now, if you do not know what a scalp analysis is, or a skin analysis, they both are the gateway to personalized care. The analysis serves as a preliminary map, guiding the professionals through the client history, their lifestyle, and specific hair and scalp concerns. The consultation and analysis allows the professional to gather essential information even before the treatment begins, setting the stage for a targeted and effective treatment session. The scalp analysis serves as an early detection tool for hair and scalp conditions. So let's begin this tidbit with a scalp analysis. Prior to every scalp treatment and shampoo and hair conditioning, a scalp analysis is the most important and preliminary step. And you may be asking why. Because it helps determine any challenges you should address or that may require a physician's care. You definitely want a good view of the scalp. The professional would do a scope to take a closer look at your scalp in order to better understand the condition of it, far as your follicles and your hair fibers. Catching problems in their infancy before they become bigger issues is really the key. And there is no way you can see this with your bathroom mirror at all. So what one would do was consider sectioning the hair or detangling hair to perform the analysis properly. Now I'm gonna try to talk very slow so I can get this message across very clearly as much as I can. So I have my scalp analysis machine here. Hopefully you can see that. Okay, I don't have it turned on, but this is what I use in my treatment room here. And this is where I do the Japanese head spa in this room. So you would move this scope around. It would be a magnifier here at the end, and you will move that scope around on the scalp. Okay, and this will reflect on the screen. So everything will reflect on the screen to give the client a perspective on and to assist your client to have a proactive approach to maintaining a luscious mane and a healthy scalp. So I tell my clients that prevention is a way, it's just way cooler than dealing with a full-blown crisis. Now, if you see there are any indications of the following, like if we see any indications on the following on this screen here, we have to decline the service and recommend that the client seek medical attention. Far as like abnormal scalp flaking, such as large scale patches, open wounds or scalp irritation, scalp disorders or diseases, ticks, lice infestation, abnormal hair loss that may indicate folliculitis. The client may need to make an appointment with a dermatologist to determine if antibiotic is needed. Now, if you don't know what questions to ask, if you are esthetician or if you're doing the Japanese hair spa, if you don't know what questions to ask, if you're just getting started doing a client consultation pertaining to shampooing, conditioning, and scalp care. So here are some examples to help you. And I think understanding the client's lifestyle and hair goals is key. So you would ask about daily hair care routine. And I think this can provide valuable insights into their morning and night rituals and the amount of time they dedicate to styling their hair. Ask client about their hair history, giving you insight to previous colors, dyes, chemicals, or styles that may have impacted their current hair condition. Ask clients about products they are currently using, and ask clients about concerns they may have with their hair. For example, like concerns about dryness, frizziness, hair loss, or lack of volume. Also, you will ask your clients about possibilities of allergies, sensitivities, medical condition and treatment, medicines, vitamins. Also, you will ask clients about how they classify their stress level, because all of this affects the hair. So we have to be a detective agent conducting an investigation by gathering information from the client. These questions create a timeline to identify the potential culprit that is causing havoc to the scalp and the hair. So we must know, we as professionals, we have to know our responsibility and know what to look for and knowing our role in the investigation. If the fingertips come away with a greasy feeling to touch the scalp, the oil glands are overactive. That's what that means. So that means that's an oily scalp. An oily scalp may not necessarily cause facial problems, but when oily hair touches the face, there's a tendency towards pimples and blackheads developing. So oily scalp usually have a limp or dull, greasy hair. Fine hair in general looks listless and lays flat on the head. So if scalp or hair is too oily, it's difficult to manage and it's definitely difficult to style. If it's a dry scalp looks dull. The hair looks dull. Dry scalp, usually the person has split ends and breakage. And sometimes when the scalp is dry, it's very itchy, and the scalp is sensitive when it's too sensitive to touch. So sometimes people have both dry scalp and sensitive scalp. So and which is why people find it difficult to tell the difference between the two. And also, people also have dandruff. So dandruff is associated with excess oil production and overgrowth of fungus on the scalp. So dandruff is not associated with personal hygiene or dirty scalp. Dry scalp is when a scalp is not producing or retaining enough moisture. So if you're washing your hair constantly or regularly, you are washing your scalp's hydration down the drain. So to tell the difference between dandruff and flaky dry scalp is the appearance of the flakes. Now, the flakes from dandruff tend to be much larger and visible. So you just have to think flaky. Dry scalp is fine flakes as a result of extreme dryness. Combination hair or scalp is a combination of dry and oily. So they having zones of dry and oily. And this could be from daily wear and tear from the environment or chemical treatments and daily stylings that one will do. So let me try to make it plainer and simpler to understand combination hair and scalp. The roots are oily, but the ends are dry. So the oil from your scalp does not get distributed to the hair shaft, to the ends. And this is the reason for brittle ends. So the scalp analyzer, right? The scalp analyzer takes the guesswork out to understand the scalp and help the client have better hair days. So allow me to mention that I like prepoo. I like to prepoo the scalp before shampoo because it restores hair health. It's like a protective layer. Most shampoos strip your hair from its natural oils, and applying conditioner isn't always enough. This is why I go the organic route and make my own prepoo and shampoo with aloe vera and manuka honey and organic oils. Prepoo adds extra moisture, and it promotes softer hair, it detangles hair, it boosts the effectiveness of conditioner and strengthens hair from having less breakage. So we have to understand that our scalp is one of the most sebaceous areas of skin on our body, and everyone is unique. Some scalps are naturally more sensitive and reactive than others, and one scalp condition can fluctuate depending on the weather, seasons, diet, menstrual cycle, and stress levels. For combination scalp, you cannot overwash the scalp or overstimulate because the scalp will create more sebum in the scalp and dry lengths. So it's all about finding balance with every hair or scalp type. Also, during the scalp analysis, your technician should do a gentle hair pull test to check for excessive shedding. Always evaluate the appearance of the scalp to determine if you are able to proceed with the scalp treatment. Now, our hair plays a unique role as the body's barometer, silently signaling secret codes about your overall health. So when our hair is strong and breakage free, it's often a good sign that your body is in good shape and is benefiting from hydration, nutrition, and overall well-being. Now, when there are changes in hair texture or excessive hair loss or scalp conditions like itchiness and inflammation, those can be indicators that something may be amiss internally. So in essence, our hair appearance and condition can both reflect both excellent health and any underlying issues, making it a valuable tool for proactive self-care. So most people have anywhere from 2 to 5 hair fibers coming from each hair follicle, depending on how thick or thin the hair is. Seeing your primary doctor regularly for blood work and getting your iron checked for levels for deficiency, getting your organ functions checked, check your CBC, which is your complete blood count in regard to your white and red blood cells and your platelets. Also have your BMP, which is your basic metabolic panel, which gives information about your cells in your blood. So if any of your numbers come back low or deficient, this could be affecting your hair health in many ways. and you would never even have considered. You got to think of medications that we might be on, that we might be taking. We have to consider the side effects of the medications. Think about hormonal issues. I will consider internal first before anything, because all of the vital information is inside that's showing on the outside. Doesn't that make sense? So sometimes there is never a quick fix when we try to turn to products. Maybe we need to turn internally. So when we are creating an anxiety, we are elevating our cortisol levels and taking our body way back. It's not doing our hair any good when we're under stress, and it's not doing your scalp any good when you're under stress. So when booking an appointment at a head spa, getting that scalp analysis, getting a scalp massage can possibly re-energize those hair follicles. Hopefully your hair follicles are not completely closed. I don't care if you have a well-behaved scalp. Getting a scalp analysis and getting a scalp treatment is an arsenal you want to keep in your toolbox. You have to think fun and relaxing, and then when you leave, you think of a good nap. The best experience you have ever felt in your life. The magic truly begins when you enter into the room. And after you examine the scalp, honey, the massaging of your scalp, your shoulders, your face, massaging those pressure points on your head, your scalp feel like it's in its own heaven, with healing treatment masks, hydrating shampoos and conditioners, steamed with herbs to open those hair cuticles, cleansing the scalp, providing hydration, increasing the blood flow to the scalp, because it's everything you need to nourish the mane. You will have better hair days when you start making a head spa appointment and making that a part of your self-care treatment. So that is really what the Japanese head spa is all about, and getting a scalp analysis, and the reason why we should include that into our hair care regimen. Really, that concludes our educational tidbit for today. I hope you enjoy our discussion on scalp analysis. Did you learn anything from today's talk? Well, I hope so. So tell me your thoughts in the comments section. Tell me if you ever had a scalp analysis done. And if you live in PG County area, please stop by or just walk in for a walk-in appointment with the Endulgence Japanese Head and Foot Spa. Please remember to click that like for this video and share this video with others. And I will see you next week for more educational tidbits. You all be safe out there. God bless you all, and I'll see you next week.